Just take a deep breath and just take your time.
Hi fellow YouTubers, I'm stevieFFmaster. Today we'll be talking about the Final Fantasy VII Remake that was confirmed about several months ago now, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's still big news. It's what fans worldwide have been asking for years.
Oh yeah.
But first, I've got some guests. Here I've got my best friend, Roberto Leonhart.
Hello.
You do.
I do another gaming channel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Next we've got...
I'm Pete from Pete's Projects.
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 And finally, Chris Charles, who does Ghost Reports.
Oh yeah. And other random videos depending on how I feel at the time. But if you're into Ghost Reports, then definitely check out the channel.
The links will definitely be in the description.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so first off, about this 7 remake, the battle system was the biggest question. Apparently, it's changed, but the director states that it's going to be recognisable.
Yeah.
How will that work?
Don't know, because this day and age people are wanting a more interactive battling system where they're running round and kind of slashing at things, but that's just not going to work with how 7 used to be with the turn-based system, so it's really going to mess it up for me. I don't know how they're going to do that. I'll try and make it look right.
I prefer the old turn-based thing. And it's like with all the old combos, you know.
Yeah.
How's that going to work if you're running around?
That's it, a lot of the material will be outdated.
It will be with, like Peter says, how the combos worked. If they are going to change it, because wasn't there a rumour that they were supposed to be changing it so that you're only controlling Cloud. You don't have control over everyone else. So the combos that you would used to do in the past, it won't work anymore for it really. So I'm on that behalf. I am worried that they're going to mess it up with that.
But what if they make it like Final Fantasy X 2 turn-based system? Because then they were more free moving around the pitch.
But you did give them chance to kind of control what they were going to do.
It was turn-based, but they did move around the field, like...
Yeah, so that might
eventually, the character could stand behind the monster and then attack it at different angles.
Yeah. They could add that into it, because that would be more ideal for missing and invading. So that could work, because, yeah, 10.2 did kind of work for that.
Yeah, because it's going to be changing the battle system will be a big thing because of the summons.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's, I suppose, the next one. How's the summons going to work?
Would it be just a single hit with a cinematic, or will they be like Final Fantasy X or Type 0, where you're actually controlling them?
Players, it's for me. I don't think that would bother me too much. If they did it like 10, where you could play as the summon until it ran out of health, I'd be quite happy with that.
If they make it so that they can level up as well.
Yeah, that would be ideal, because...
But then, what about the levelling system of the materia?
That is true, but like Steve said, if you can level them... Because later on, in later games, Shiver and Ifrit become useless because they're doing less damage than your standard attack. So I kind of like the idea if you could level up the idea... if you could level up the summons like you could in 10, that would be ideal.
Another question I've got about summons, the designs. Would they stick to the classic look from the original, or would they look slightly different, like how they do on Crisis Core and...
Yeah.
Well, I won't mind him just update the graphics because we all saw the played the demo for 15. When you get to summon Ramut, if Ramut Ramut looked like
some giant of a human,
looked like that, because really in the original they didn't really have much of a design.
Yeah, they were very kind of basic, but then
I reckon they could play a lot on that, couldn't they? They've got a lot of, because they're blocked, aren't they? They're not.
Yeah, so hyper-realistic graphics for the summons is going to be amazing.
It
really is.
That brings us to our other question about the summons.
Yep.
Bahamut.
God, yeah.
What about Bahamut Sin, the Kadaj summoned in the movie, and then Bahamut Fury that Genesis summoned in Crisis Core?
Yeah.
Do you reckon they're going to try and tie him into this game? Because they're obviously going to try and do it, trying to make all the other games relevant into this, so you can understand.
Well, see, it wouldn't bother me if they brought new magics and new materia and new...
No, it doesn't. As long as you could still... You have the same feel as you did when you played 7, because everyone loved 7.
I read on a forum website that fans are worried that they might be using 13's battle style, but would that tie down to the materia really well?
No, it wouldn't.
It wouldn't flow, would
That,
it?
No.
So, like we said about the battling system before, it won't work. The materials that you can use, and like double cut, quadruple cut, slash all.
Yeah, that's what would happen if you changed the battling system. How would slash all work?
Yeah.
Because if you're over here with Cloud and you've got a couple of enemies over there, you're doing slash all. It won't look right when you're going chunk.
It's like
it's not going to work. So certain materials would become invalid.
like long range materia.
Yeah, how's that going to work? Because that ain't Cloud suddenly just going, and it's like you're dead. And it's like, well, how the hell has that happened?
Yeah.
So yeah, they've got to stick it to how it was in the original 7. Otherwise, it's going to completely mess up the battling system for everyone.
Yeah.
But see, it wouldn't bother me. You know, I asked about Bahamut Fury and Sin. DLC, bring it into.
Yeah.
It would be good.
Yeah.
I don't mind. I don't think anyone minds if they're adding stuff, but they need to keep the game how it was originally.
Yeah.
At least keep that element of it in, but they could add more to it. That would be epic.
Because realistic, we all played 7. 7 was a very short game. The only thing that made it long was the levelling
battling,
up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sitting in the sunken ship, hours on end,
Hours.
using morph materia to get all of the source items to make yourself stronger.
Battling the unknowns in the
God, yeah.
trash.
You were there,
ranger.
I think on one save game I was there for about, I counted 20 hours before I even moved out of the sunken ship.
Oh.
But it was the battling system that made 7 brilliant. And the fact that the materia
Worked well with the battle system.
It did. The materia, no one in the game had a set role. It wasn't like Ares was the set healer. I know she was. If you looked at people's base stats, you could tell what people were supposed to be.
Aerith. No, sorry. Not
Ares. No, Ares were English.
Yeah.
No, that was an error on the English editing.
It was an improvement. Aerith doesn't sound right, it's Ares.
But in the movies they say Aerith.
I know.
In the Kingdom Hearts games they say Aerith. In the Crisis Core they say Aerith.
Well, they've got it wrong.
Yeah.
But anyway, what I'm trying to say, I forgot what I was trying to say now. What was I trying to say?
Battling system.
Yeah,
if they changed... Oh, no. The good thing about 7 was no one had a set type role. You could make people how you wanted. If you wanted Barrett, your big muscle dude, to be your healer, he would be your healer. I love the versatility in that, the fact that you could change the roles for everyone.
I will say that I won't rely on Vincent though that much.
Oh god, no.
No.
Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be brilliant, Vincent. Yes, he is epic. But it gets to a point where he starts healing your enemies.
That's where you get chaos.
Chaos is non-elemental, but even so, you
that's
can't
it.
control him.
That's it. That is with Vincent. You couldn't control him. If he was your healer, he became useless the moment you did something.
It's a good point. Would Chaos look like the Dirge Cerberus version? Or
I reckon so.
They would do, because Dirge Cerberus
Yeah.
had better graphics. I think that's what they were
Yeah,
probably aiming for.
Yeah.
So
It wouldn't surprise me if Gallant Beast was...
Galleon Beast looked like a werewolf type Vincent with his torn cape and...
That would be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
But what would the others look like?
That's it, what the other two called again? Oh dear God.
You're making us look like noobs.
Let's go with a chainsaw, I know that much.
Yeah, there's a guy with a chainsaw. I can't remember. I was more cloud based.
I can picture them, but I can't seem to remember them now that you...
We're having a brain fart because you asked it. You made us look stupid.
It's Gallant Beast and Chaos, that's the only two I know.
Well, they were the only two in Dirge Cerberus, so...
But we'll leave it at that.
There was a Frankenstein sort of monster as well.
Hellgeigus or something.
Yeah.
Is it Hilgigus?
Yeah.
So I'm having a brain fart because you asked me. I can't think what the bloody called.
The problem is, I haven't really memorised Vincent's limit breaks because I barely used them in the game.
It's because he healed people. So for many people it got to the point where... But I have heard of rumour...
but to be fair though, this isn't the worst limit breaks in the game. Catsif.
No, yeah,
Catsif
was a joke.
Yeah. Oh.
So this goes back to the battle assist. If they change it where you can only control Cloud, how does his slot machines work?
Yeah.
How would
Tiffers work?
Yeah.
Because you've got the whole running slots thing, you've got to go dick, 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 and then hit. Is that just going to be randomly generated? Because if you got to the point where it was randomly generated and she missed on every one of them, you're going to be severely pissed off with Tiffo then, aren't you?
Yeah.
So you're not going to want her in your team.
And it's like Barrett. Would you really want him using Mind Blow?
Oh god, no. Half the time that was useless.
Yeah.
It took me, I think I was on my second game before I even figured out what Mind Blow is. I know if I went on the description I could have read it, but I wasn't that advanced. But Mind Blow on a lot of enemies is useless. Yeah. It's only effective
because most of them enemies you can come... Don't use MP.
Yeah, not at the start of the game. That would have come more handy later on in the game when the monsters did use.
Do you think they'd
magic.
fix that in the remake?
They might do. I'm hoping there's a couple of things that they might fix in the remake, because I know in the summon material Knights of Round, if you looked at the leveling, that went from like 50,000 to like 150,000 down to 100,000. There was parts of the leveling system that was wrong. It was kind of reversed. And also with that, on your armours, if you ever had a magic based armour, it never actually added the magic defence to your stats, if anyone's ever noticed that.
Yeah,
so
I noticed that.
Because on the wizard stuff, on the wizard bracer, I think that added like something, it was supposed to have added 80 defence to your magic defence.
Yeah.
But it never actually did it. So all the way through the game, you're actually being hit with a stronger magic when you are supposed to have a better magic defence, but it was never actually brought into it.
No, it was never...
But I suppose because you never had it, you never missed it. But I'm wondering, will they actually... Hopefully they'll fix it.
Yeah, but that's it. I think they fixed it for the PC games. And
I think,
And I believe they fixed it for the PlayStation 3 and PSP downloads. Yeah. And in that, it has Aerith, not Ares.
What about dialogue?
Well,
this guy here are sick.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of editing errors.
Yeah,
would they
they
keep that in because of how famous it is on the internet?
Yeah, that would be nice if
or
they did
would
they
change it?
They probably won't change it.
But that's another thing. It's always been rumoured that guy was supposed to be Zack.
Yeah. Will it actually
he
kind
had
of
the
pull that
tattoo
into
number
it?
2.
Yeah, which made it...
was Zack.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, so it was supposed to be an Easter egg that he was Zack, so will they keep that in?
Yeah, would it just look like...
But then, I don't get that because Aerith was supposed to have dated Zack, so why wouldn't she have known that it was Zack in that
then again, it would make sense why she wanted you to cure him, and she was very disappointed when you couldn't.
I guess, but it's kind of a dick move. It's like, I've got a really nice house, this is my boyfriend, nah, you're a vegetable, just stay in the slums instead of coming into my nice house. She could have invited him into a nice house.
Yeah, but then again, after that, it was mutilated after battling Engeal. Not Engeal, I mean Genesis.
Only if you bring in the Crisis.
Well, you got to bring Crisis Core into it.
That's it. Are they going to tie the other games into it? They've got to now because they have taken over as well.
Like NGL and Genesis.
Genesis and NGL.
Will they be mentioned? Because with the whole Genesis Easter egg, he's always quoting the book Loveless, which is always up in posters all over Midgar.
Yeah, you do see that. So they probably will try and tie it in.
It's not a book; it's a play, isn't it?
Yes,
yeah, but he's getting it from a book.
Yeah, he's reading. Yeah, it was a book they found, and they turned it into a play. The final act's not been found.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they've got to try and tie them in. I don't think anyone has any doubt about it because, you always get some noob saying, how come they don't mention Angel and Genesis in 7? It's like, because they didn't exist yet.
Yeah.
They only existed once Crisis Core came into it.
Dirge Cerberus. Which came out first, Dirge Cerberus or Crisis Core?
I honestly can't remember.
Because I know Genesis appears at the end of Dirge Cerberus.
I thought,
yeah, if you...
I think Dirge Cerberus came out first, didn't it?
I couldn't tell you. I can't really remember, to be quite honest.
No. For me, it was all about
back
7.
then,
when
they came out, I wasn't really concerned when games came out. I just played them.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I wasn't as advanced as I am now.
It's like Genesis. Is he going to be a hidden boss? Hidden super boss?
He could be. They may be able to add a couple of more caves into it with better technology, better graphics. You could be walking out and there could be hidden caves around Midgar that might work.
New monsters.
Yeah, they might throw in some of them.
But in Genesis, hiding under Edge in the Dirge Cerberus, that's where he comes out.
I can't remember.
Because I swear they all came out of Edge, didn't they? There was
come looking for him.
I suppose that brings you into the maps then, don't it? The world map, how they're going to do that?
Yeah, how that is going to be one of the biggest graphical things for this game. How is that going to work?
They might even just scrap it.
Yeah, I don't want that.
I hope not.
The best thing about 7 was the fact that you had a world map.
Well, if you scrap the world map, what are you going to do with the chocobos?
Yeah, there's all the chocobo thing, there's running around, there's the high wind, there's the submarine.
It's like, granted I'm going to sound really bad here, but run away from the snake.
Yeah.
Oh, that was awesome.
Just so much, but how are they going to work it? Are they going to have a hyper-realistic cloud stood next to a tiny Midgar? Because would that work?
That looks stupid. It worked back then, but nowadays it would look stupid.
It would look stupid,
But hopefully they'll do it like they did with Skyrim. But then, if you imagine how Skyrim is, for how big Midgar was supposed to be, it's going to take you 3 hours just to run around it. So there's got to be some kind of scaling system going on.
Yeah.
But
they did it for Type 0.
Yeah, that's it. Type 0 to me, with the remake for the HD remake for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, did it come out for as well? I don't have an Xbox One, so...
I don't know.
Yeah, it came out for Xbox One as well. The monsters in that, some of the summons in that, were just Final Fantasy VII, but better.
Yeah, so...
Look at E3.
Yeah.
E3 on Type 0 looks exactly like it does on Crisis Core.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's no doubt the graphics are going to be...
But the world map for Type 0 works. So they could bring that through for 7.
Hopefully they will, because the thing, I know I keep going on about 10, but what I don't want is where you teleport into the high wind and then you just select where you want to go and then you teleport to it. I want the world map.
I don't want that.
I think everyone wants the world map.
But I heard somebody saying, if they do it like that, when you go into the machines, it goes into a old style version of 7 where you actually can move around the map.
That might work, but then that might still disappoint a few people.
Yeah. But then again, would they be able to make the high wind go as fast as it does on high resolution graphics?
I don't know. They've got the game capability now, so it should. But then the whole rendering, I reckon, it will probably have to be if you're in the high wind. Once you go up, it probably will lower the graphics momentarily while you're flying around because it's rendering a larger area.
Here's a thing for you.
Low-end games,
I've noticed it. You know when the cannon from Edge gets moved to Midgar?
Yeah.
Right, and they hook it up.
You mean Midil?
Midil? What is it? I thought it was Mid.
No, not Midil. That's where
It's Midgar, isn't it?
Ultima Weapon. I can't remember the name of the town now.
Yeah, it was on edge. The gun on half the edge.
Yeah.
They move it to Midgard, don't they, to shoot the weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Then they also use the gun to shoot the crater.
Yeah,
the barrier.
yeah.
The barrier.
But if you line up with the high wind with the gun, and you fly straight, you go nowhere near the crater.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yes, I've noticed that.
Well, they've changed that to.
That would have been hectic trying to move an entire cannon like that. I know it works in the game, but
Yeah.
But how? Because the only thing that they could use to move the cannon, you have the high wind.
Yeah.
that is true. And Highwind wouldn't have been able to pick it up. The cannon was bigger than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cannon was bigger than the Highwind.
Yeah, it's a lot bigger.
So that would
But
have
then
took a
again,
long
in
time.
Crisis Core, Sephiroth managed to slash it in two. Granted, it was only a hologram at the time.
Well, that's Sephiroth.
Yeah.
Yeah, massive 8-foot sword.
It wouldn't work.
Of course it won't. How would it? Well, it doesn't have a holster, does it? So it's not like. Because could you imagine if it did? It'd be like, "I'll be with you in
Where
a
does
second,
it-
Cloud.
Where does it keep it?
Hold the end of my sword." It's not going
Oh,
to.
you stabbed me.
Yeah.
I've sliced my own hands open. Yeah, it's not
It's
going
a-
to happen, would it?
Here's another thing. I was actually talking about this with my cousins before the Final Fantasy VII Remake was confirmed.
Okay.
When Ares gets killed by Sephiroth,
Are they going to overhype
will
it?
she bleed?
Oh,
She's
yeah.
got to bleed.
She's
Yeah, I thought
She's going
so.
to bleed.
Yeah.
I don't think they had the capabilities back then.
Yeah,
to
but
make
the trouble is, no, that was
The
a
thing
major
is-
upsetting thing in FF7, apparently.
I cried when Ares died. I didn't die. I knew she was going to die.
Yeah.
Uh,
And that's
I
why I never used her.
Yeah, but you kind of want to because her limit breaks are brilliant.
Not really. The only one I like is it Great Gospel?
Yeah,
Yes.
it stops you from being attacked. It makes you invincible.
But you
for
can
a
only
little while.
use that for one boss battle.
Will they bring them glitches in where you go through them fingers and the
Oh, the W item.
Yeah.
cheat, the glitch. So you can get infinite items.
Yeah.
Oh, glitches.
Do you reckon they'll keep that in?
Oh.
Because that was brilliant when you had a
Oh.
very rare item and then you could multiply it.
Yeah.
That was brilliant.
No.
Well, please,
But that'd be-
please keep that in.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that would be changed. I reckon that would
Yeah.
be
To
changed.
be honest, I never actually used that glitch.
To be fair, I never. To be fair, though, whenever I played 7, I never got W item. Because you get it from the Chocobo, don't you?
What? Well, no, it's when you go back
W
into the
item.
tunnel the second time, and
Yeah.
you, instead of running forward, you run down, and you keep coming down, and then it's finally at the bottom, isn't it?
Yeah.
I
It's
thought-
when you go back to Midgard when you climb.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
What's
fine.
the item you get from the Chocobo betting then?
Is it the
Chocobo betting.
I thought you could get an item
You
there.
get loads of items
Yeah,
from the
you get-
Chocobo.
yeah.
You get like speed shoes and stuff.
Ah.
It increases your dexterity.
Oh,
in
so we're
battle.
not going to have that
You
again,
get
are we?
enemy away materia from
That's
Chocobo
it.
Written.
Yeah.
That's it. We're going to have that. The stupid mini game that you had to find the Midgard key to get back into Midgard.
I kind of like that. Once on the 17th time of playing the game, you know where the key is, so it doesn't take that long anymore. But you find the mop. The mop is funny because it's a mop for Sid. It's a strong weapon. Just take that.
Come on.
Sid, he has a weapon. It's
Yeah,
called the mop that
it's
you
the
find.
mop, isn't
Is
it?
there? When you're looking for the key
Yeah.
in the bone village. It's
I've never had that.
You've
It's-
never played.
It's in front of the shop. It's about if you're looking at it, the shop's here.
But then again, I hate that bit, so I just got the key and then buggered off.
Oh, yeah, but
It's
once
a-
you know where the key is, it's easy enough to find.
Key point about Sid.
Yep.
Will they?
Have his fagging. Oh,
well,
cigarette.
not just.
Sorry for you,
No.
American viewers out there. I mean cigarettes.
Yes, yeah, I didn't think about that. Probably not nowadays because of the whole health.
Yeah, but his
problems.
victory pose, where you got your fag out and you cigarette.
Cigarette, yeah, it's not
You start
doing
sucking
anything.
on a cigarette.
Yeah, but what
Yeah.
I mean is, will he swear in just about every sentence he says? You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, but then
sit
again,
down and drink your goddamn tea.
They're going to keep. They've
yeah,
obviously
but
got to keep
if they do voice acting, which I hope they do. I'm sorry, that's one thing at 7 I hated was a lot of reading.
Especially when you get to calm and then you, again, 17th time of playing the game and you read...
It's like skit. For the love of God, why didn't they bring in a skit?
It's like, don't I have any younger siblings that can press this button for me while I go and do something else with my life? I already know the backstory.
Alright, back to cutscenes and voice acting. With Yuffie and Vincent, will they actually be in the cutscenes?
Yes, because that is another rumour that they actually won't be missable, because in the original 7 you could completely miss them. Whereas now that the rumour is that they will definitely be there, you can't miss them, there is a set point where you will get them.
They're both in
No, but I like the fact that you could miss them.
They've got the technology now that they could put a kind of a...
Well, to be fair, I'd love the nostalgia of being able to miss them or get them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like that.
But they would be able to do that now, where they could put them in or omit them, depending on your choices through the game. So they've got to be able to do that now.
To be fair,
anyone
both
making a game can do
Vincent
that.
and Yuffie mentioned Crisis Core as well. Because I know
Crisis Core,
Yuffie's in
Yuffie
it.
does appear. She's only about 9 years old.
But I can't remember if Vincent gets mentioned.
Yes, he does.
He does.
Because when you go down into the bottom of the Shinra mansion,
Yeah.
you check this coffin. You don't see him. You just see Zack looks down in the coffin and he says, "Oh, some guy's sleeping in here. I best leave him be."
It's a little bit creepy.
It's a reference to Vincent.
It is Vincent, that's a reference.
Yeah.
Definitely to Vincent.
But talking about characters and changing, one of the scariest rumours I heard was they might give the option for Aerith to survive. How would that work if Ares ends
Yeah,
up
but then
living?
again, you could have that because going to mention the most worst game of Final Fantasy's history, Final Fantasy 13. With 13.2, you had DLC where you go to a battle arena, and you could get characters that weren't had anything to do with the game, I forget. Gilgamesh, the octopus person. Ultros. Ultima. Yeah.
Omega.
Yeah. And that could work with 7.
But it wouldn't. If they did do that, it would have to be a purely kind of choice based, because if Ares lives, then adult children doesn't exist anymore.
Ares couldn't live.
Why's that?
For one simple reason. Her great gospel.
Yeah, if you had great gospel, it makes the rest of the game easier. But then it's supposed to be her spirit getting into the macro stream that helps summon holy.
Yeah, but they bring it down to her.
It doesn't
go down to her.
It messes it up.
Would they bring a holy material into it? Because the only way you could get holy elemental to your attack was getting Alexander.
Yeah, which took the piss to find.
Yeah.
Finding the snow woman and then touching her after you've touched the hot spring. That sounds a bit right. I apologise for that.
You had a completely different experience than we did.
I did not.
But to be fair,
That came out wrong.
have you ever gone to her without touching the hot spring?
Yes.
It's kind of upsetting because she doesn't want you to come anywhere
She
near her.
tells you to bugger off.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, that's it. Yeah, you have to find Alexander to get holy.
Granted, I know Aerith or whatever, I say it now, Ares. Sorry, it's nostalgia when you're playing the old game in England.
It's Ares.
Yeah, it's Ares.
I was very confused when people started saying Aerith. It's like,
Yeah, I was. Yeah, when
It confused me on Kingdom Hearts.
yeah, it's. We've
well,
all
then
known
again,
it's Ares.
with Kingdom Hearts,
That was the
Squall turned his name to Leon.
Yeah, what was it with that? But no, we're not talking about Kingdom Hearts.
It's a good game. You know, I'm branded with it.
They.
We're talking about 7 here.
For me, they ruined the Final Fantasy.
Yeah, but they're not a Final Fantasy game. They're a Kingdom Hearts. It's its own series.
Well, you get too many people that are trying to say, "Oh, Sora could beat Cloud." No, he couldn't. Just go away, Sora. You're a child. Go.
Alright, come on, back to 7.
Yeah, let's talk about weapons then.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
Are they going to bring them in, do you think, or are they going to leave them like...
Yeah, because
I think they'll bring them in.
They've got to, because they were a massive part. They were brilliant.
Yeah, but the only game they weren't in was the original Japanese game. But then again, the weapons were mentioned in Jersey Cerberus.
That's it. So they've got to keep the weapons in
Because the little girl...
a mega weapon was in Dojo Cerberus.
Yeah.
Because he was the last weapon.
That was it, because by the end of the game, you didn't bother with Sephiroth. Sephiroth was just weak. The whole idea of the game was
Ruby
to
and Emerald.
Yeah, to beat Ruby and Emerald. Emerald, you think Emerald is the hard one until you go against Ruby and he kills 2 of your characters and you're doing 1/10 of the damage you'd normally do. And then suddenly you're thinking, crap. Ruby was the hard one for me. I had to use
but
the
easiest
double
way,
item cheat to beat
the easiest
Ruby.
way to beat him is go into the battle with 2 party members already dead.
Yeah, then that way you know which character's going to live, and then
Well,
you've got the final
Without the
attack
internet,
material.
who would know that?
That's it.
Yeah, so you've got final attack material linked with Phoenix, so then you're doing a little bit of damage while it brings you back to life, and you no, because then it'll bring you other characters back to life.
Yeah, but then once they were brought back to life, it didn't register that they was there.
Did it not?
It would not. He would not.
He automatically puts his claws in the ground, which cancels his invincibility.
Oh, right.
That was the trick to beating him.
My trick was W item cheat, hero drink. Get as many hero drinks as you can, bang them on Cloud, and then he stops doing max damage again instead of fucking 100 damage.
Use Omni Slash.
Omni Slash. But then that was
Slash, you're only doing about 150 damage per hit, and
I feel bad because I've never really beat Ruby properly without using explosive
but you got to admit,
W item.
This is why they need the world back because I loved it when you come out the sunken ship and then Emerald weapon was just right in front of you. It's like, cannot move, go up.
Yeah, you try to get away from it.
Yeah.
Well, they've got to keep in the world map. But talking of Ruby weapon, because he comes outside the golden saucer, are they going to keep in the mini games?
Oh, they've got to. I spent hours on the mini
I hope
games.
so.
Oh God, yeah, going down the the snowboard. Forgive me.
Yeah.
But then again, one of the mini games has become a mobile app now. The bike.
I did not know
I
this.
didn't
It's
know
become a mobile app now.
G-Bike.
Yeah, it's only for Androids, isn't it?
Oh,
I
It's not.
think so.
It's not. I haven't got it from my iPhone, and I've not got it from my Windows phone. So I'm guessing it's only for Androids at the moment.
well, that's it. Everyone wants to slide down that mountain in hyper-realistic graphics.
Yeah.
Or jumping for balloons in hyper-realistic
Yeah, but
graphics
getting
is
it
going to
on-
be silly. Well, we want it. We want
Right,
mini
getting
games.
hit by a mole and a
Yeah.
snowman.
Yes, a giant mole jumping
And then
out
snowman.
and slapping a hyper-realistic cloud.
Yeah.
We
I thought
want
it was a
the mini
Moogle.
games.
Yeah, we got it. No, man.
And the icicles, we want the
Snowboarding
icicles falling
Moogle.
down,
Yeah,
I
there was
spent
snow.
hours
I think there was,
sliding down that
yeah.
mountain.
Oh God! What about that very boring mini game?
The submarine.
No.
The submarine was alright.
one was...
Once you knew
No,
that
I'm
because they
talking
were
about
the
feeding
same.
the Moogle one.
Oh God, that was worth it because that bloke behind you does give you a reward once you do it. It's something like 50 GP.
And you can only do it the one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
What about that
was
fight? That
terrible.
virtual fighting mini game?
Yeah.
With the boxing one.
Yeah.
They've got to
Rock,
keep that
paper,
one in.
scissors.
That
I
one.
think they should all keep it in. Maybe I'm being a bit too positive or naive here, but the way I see it is they've done G-Bike. Maybe that's a prototype for the mini
Possible,
game
All right
in
then.
the remake.
Talking about Golden Saucer, the Bro Date. Barrett and Clad.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Is that going to be in it?
Oh yeah. We have to get all
Yeah,
the different
they-
days.
oh,
Does that-
the day.
yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to keep
you're gonna
that
have to
in.
keep that in.
Because it's just
There's 4
fun.
people you can go on the date with. They're Barrett,
Yeah.
Aries, Tifa, and Yuffie.
Yeah.
Is Yuffie actually true?
Yes.
I've never managed Yuffie's.
I've seen clips
I
for it.
managed it once.
I've seen clips for
Oh,
it,
but
so
there
it
was,
must be true.
I know it's not true, but there was a picture on the internet, and if they would ever do funny, is the date between Aries and Sephiroth.
Hey?
There's a picture on the internet. It's in the cart that they're going around the Golden Saucer. It's Aries and Sephiroth in the box.
Well, that'd be awful.
That was someone hacking the game. Though.
Was it?
Yeah.
But I would love to see that in hyper-realistic graphics. Well, this is
It'd
awkward.
be-
Well, in about a couple of more movie clips, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah. Bad date. Very bad date.
Oh yeah.
What went wrong for you?
Okay, what about the cross-dressing Clad?
Oh, they've got to
Yes,
keep that
everyone wants that.
in. They've
Everyone
got to keep that in.
cross-dressing Cloud.
It's part of the main story,
yeah,
so I
you
think
need
it
to keep
should.
it in.
Yeah.
But meeting up with Don Corneo, dressed as a... Oh, God.
Yeah.
But what I'd like, when talking about that, is when you go into your inventory, Cloud's picture never changed. It needs to change when he's in drag. It needs to.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be funny, going back to DLC here, if they brought that back as a changeable costume for him?
Yeah.
And you could be there
yeah.
battling as Cloud in a dress.
Oh, that'd be
That
awesome.
would be funny.
That brings me to a question.
Advent Children clothes.
The Advent Children clothes. Yeah,
Would that
you
be
read my mind.
DLC?
Yeah.
I reckon that could be DLC.
Or that might be the standard game.
No, because you.
I
No.
hope that's not the case.
Because
They've
in the
got to
advert-
look like the original.
Well, in the
Yeah,
advert,
you
when you
do
saw
want-
Barrett and Cloud, they was wearing the original 7 clothes.
There was,
That
wasn't
is
there?
good. So we
Yeah.
want that. We want that.
Oh, but going back to that clip,
There-
there was an Easter egg, and to me, it looks really good. You see in one panel, you see a bloke, and he looks like Oren from 10.
Yeah, I've seen that. That looks. They might try and get the other characters in the background.
Yeah.
The one they
But
probably
was
gonna
that
try and
just
do,
there
they're gonna-
for just comical purposes for
It
an
might
advert
be,
trailer?
but I'm just
They
hoping
might-
they don't force feed lightning onto you every
Oh,
part,
God,
so-
no.
Oh.
All downloadable content. Cloud can dress up like lightning. No one cares. No
But
one
that
cares.
makes it strange because Lightning wears a skirt in all of her games.
That will be Cloud in his
Yeah.
dress, I guess.
Yeah. But then again, Lightning was just Cloud in a dress anyway, originally.
Yeah.
But on Lightning Returns, there was a DLC where
You could dress up like Cloud.
dress up like Cloud and use the Buster Sword.
And you could also dress up like Yuna in Gunner form or Summoner form.
Yes.
Why not?
Yeah. Could you also dress up as other people, couldn't you, as well?
Ares.
Ares.
Yeah.
Ares.
Well, that would be good. Downloadable content where you can change
Okay.
the clothing would be good.
Catsif, or Catesif, whatever you want to pronounce it.
Yeah, how's that going? Because in Advent Children, it was only the cat running around. You didn't have the big Moogle
Yeah.
body. So is that? Are they going to keep that in? Will he be riding?
Well,
the
the
big
trouble
Moogle
is, he's a
body?
separate character to Red 13, so they've got to.
Yeah.
They
yeah.
did show that one clip in Advent Children Complete where he was on.
They did,
Yes.
did that. Right.
Yes.
I've not seen that version.
I've not seen that.
Yeah, you also see Fenrir in that, the wolf that Cloud's supposed to worship, which has no mentioning in the actual 7.
Right. Okay.
They might bring that in then to tie it.
They're going to try and tie
Is
it.
it
a
his
lot.
sword called Fenrir as well?
It's his bike.
Bike, it's the bike, is it?
Oh yeah.
What's
Yes.
the sword called in that?
It's just known as the Buster Sword, even though it's not the original Buster Sword.
No, it's in Kingdom Hearts where the keyboard's called Fenrir, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, I've lost the lid.
Yeah. Sorry.
What else? Yeah, Save for Sephiroth.
Oh, you talking about, you meaning about where you do certain stuff where Sephiroth becomes
Yeah.
stronger?
Or weaker, depending on
How you played the game?
how you played the game and how the final battle plays out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
To be honest, I hope that they do keep that in.
Trouble is,
You can't have it because it is.
yeah, it's a main part of the game, but I never noticed it. You know, playing the
To be
game.
fair, yeah, I didn't notice it until I had it pointed out to me. I noticed Tonberry when he used the Karma attack because on my characters that I had as my healers, they never took
Got killed.
damage.
Yeah.
Whereas Cloud, dead.
Yeah.
Well, with Save for Sephiroth, is my favourite final boss purely because of the whole fact that he can get stronger or weaker depending on what you do.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
It gave him a
hopefully-
unique feel.
Yeah.
But to be fair,
So
even
every time
in
you
his
played the game,
strongest
it would be
form,
different.
Yeah.
he wasn't the strongest enemy in the game.
Well,
God,
no.
Of course not.
Because there's
Emerald and
Ruby
Ruby.
Weapon and Emerald Weapon.
But if you, here's the thing then, going back to the weapons. If the weapons went in the original Japanese version, how did Cloud get Ultimate Weapon?
That's an interesting point.
I
Unless,
think Ultimate Weapon was in the game, but Ruby Weapon
yeah, because
and
all the
Emerald
Ruby
Weapon
Yeah,
Weapon,
that
Ultimate
would've
Weapon
worked.
was a part of the main storyline.
Yeah, so
'Cause when you-
they would have had to have tied it in something.
Alright then, it's going back to the rumour where you could only control Cloud. How would that work when in two parts of the story you play as Tifa and
And Sid.
Sid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, obviously, they might have it so that you can keep flicking from character to character, but then it will make while everything's running round, it'll have to keep pausing while you're telling the other character what to do. So it'll end up being kind of 7.
You know what something I'd
again.
love them to bring in?
What's that?
It's from Final Fantasy 12, and when the party you're using are, when they all die, your other characters jump in.
Yeah, but no, because in 7 they did. They did split into to do different groups because smaller groups were harder to find. So that is why when you die in one group, you don't automatically go into the other group. But in the final, when you're going against Sephiroth at the end, it does. One team dies, you go into the next team.
And that only you switch into it.
Oh, yeah. Right, yeah, I think you have to switch.
Yeah, you switch.
Yeah, after you beat the first Sephiroth and then you go to a safer Sephiroth, you get the opportunity to switch.
Yeah, but you don't have to.
Yeah, but then there's some points in the game where you're all there at once. Like going through the mountains at Nibelheim.
Yeah.
Or Nibelheim. Nibelheim.
I think it's Nibelheim.
Yeah.
Nibelheim.
Yeah, Nibelheim. And then when you're going through to the mountains after you go across the water and you got to go through their old train tracks.
Yeah, you are all there, so maybe in certain parts of the game they will have it so that you can go into your backup team. But again, I love what 10 did, where you could periodically change your character.
Yeah, but then 10 was stupid because if your three characters died, you couldn't switch to the other guardians.
Yeah, that didn't make any sense. They were just right here like, damn, someone tag me.
Yeah, tag me now. Please tag me. I'm here! Yeah!
Right.
Speaking of 10, would they bring a break HP limit and break damage limit into it?
Yes, I think I've heard that rumour.
Yeah, but then again, they've done it since 10. They've done it in... They haven't done it in 12 though, have they?
If they did do that...
They did in the Japanese version.
Did they?
With Excalibur.
Right.
Because if they do that, then they've got to scale the HP up, otherwise...
Yeah, but then again, that could go into the safer Sephiroth bit. If you could go break HP limit, damage limit, he would be stronger again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
so
like... Well, then again, maybe they could do it where, DLC-wise, they can do Advent Children as a DLC, where you play battle... what are their names again?
Kadaj, Yasu and Lars.
Yeah, where you battle them. And that's where you get the costumes for Advent Children from.
That would be good. But there is so much more they can add to it now, so that's what I'm loving.
Yeah.
Would they have a bestiary?
Say bestiary, it's better.
No, it's best.
It's bestiary.
It's bestiary.
It's a book of beasts.
I've always pronounced it bestiary, even knowing that the correct way to say it is bestiary.
It's bestiary. It's a book on beasts and monsters.
Yeah, but it's still the best.
Okay, Behemoth or Behemoth?
Behemoth.
Yeah.
Behemoth.
But we all say Behemoth.
We always say
That's
Behemoth. But it is Behemoth.
That's because I was only a kid when I was first playing Final Fantasy.
We all were. So
Yeah.
I was only 7 when I was only 7 when it came out.
It's like Chocobo. No, it's Chocobo. It's like what?
Yeah.
So it messed with.
It's one
When you
thing.
can hear him talking, it messes your mind up.
Would you be given the option to change the characters' names?
Yeah, that's it. If they're all talking, you won't be able to change the names anymore now, will you?
No.
They probably won't even pronounce the names. Like they do on, what is it, Dragon Quest.
Yeah, they just kind of talk to you, but
with
never
your
say
main
your name.
character, it comes up in the dialogue with your main character's name, but they skip saying his name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And go on.
They just say go
next
you
one.
or him.
But for the sake
Yeah.
of them talking, I don't think many people would mind not being able to change the names. Unless they're going to do it where there are a load of preset names in the game that you
Yeah,
can't
but then
choose
again,
from.
that's a load of voice acting work.
Yeah,
You might as well just have him, Sephiroth saying Cloud,
Yeah.
yeah.
which is very weird to name your son.
I named my son Oren.
How dare you?
Cloud is my favourite character, but Cloud is a very silly name.
Yes.
Whereas Oren, yeah. Oren is an epic name.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
It's
Cloud
alright.
Cloud's name lets him down, I think.
Oh, yes.
But
It's better than Lightning.
Yeah.
Going back to Safer Sephiroth, from what I've read on forums, people argue the name Safer is a misspelling
Okay.
of Sephiroth.
Sarah.
Because he's meant to be like an angel
Right,
type
okay then.
creature, isn't he?
I suppose the game will kind of let us know with that. So I can't say I know.
Would he be known as Safer Sephiroth or Seraph Sephiroth or?
As long as they're keeping the epic One-Winged Angel music. Oh yeah.
Well,
Which one are they going to use though? The original or Advent Children?
Yeah. I'm hoping the original Advent Children got a bit kind of rocky and.
Yeah.
I love the Advent Children one though.
It is. It's.
I like all the versions.
Yeah.
It is awkward, but
Not
either
trying
way, as
to
long as they
sound
keep
like
it in.
Sephiroth fanboy, but
They've
Well,
got to keep
Sephiroth.
it in. I just hope they don't change the music for something that lets us down. We want it to be the right music.
Well, I was thinking, for DLC, could they do it where they remaster all the other final boss battles with that Chaos Emperor, Cloud of Darkness?
Zeromus.
Obviously, they're going to
Neo
try and
XF.
milk it for everything they can, so they're going to throw DLC at this thing.
It's like they could
It's gonna
have
be
they
brilliant.
could have the best villain in the game, Kafka.
Yeah.
So I love Kafka as a villain. He's so much like the Joker. You've got to love him.
Oh, it's just evil for the sake of being evil.
Yeah.
Why not? Yeah.
The problem with Kefka is his final boss lets him down.
Of course he does. He's a god that gets killed by mortals.
Well, it's
Yeah.
not just that. You spend more time battling that huge tower thing. You spend about half an hour fighting the tower, and then when Kefka finally descends down, you kill him within about 2 minutes.
Yeah, but these two wouldn't know that because they've never played 6. So
No.
I've played bits.
It's like a huge climax up to nothing.
yeah. But then again, you could say that about you, Yevon, and bloody 10.
That was.
So I'm sorry,
A
but
lot of people, I've known people that rave about 10 and then they have no idea who Yu Yevon is. It's like, what? Just play
Yeah.
the game.
you
How
Yevon,
can you not know who Yu Yevon is if you've claimed to have completed 10?
yeah,
It doesn't
it's
make any
like
sense.
just to be fair, with 10, once you've got Yuna, Celestial Weapon, Braska's Final Aeon, it's piss easy.
Well,
Same with that people.
to be fair, when you've level grinded your characters,
Everyone's easier.
every final boss in the entire series is easier. And unfortunately, a lot of fans, no offence, but a lot of fans will not admit that they level grind for stupid amounts of hours before
It's-
battling the final boss, and then
it's
they
what
complain
The Final
that
Fantasy
the final
games
boss
are,
is
yeah.
too easy and a letdown.
Yeah, I
Well,
think.
okay, granted, we talked about 10 a lot during this show. Are they going to try and do the whole thing where 10's a prequel to 7?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they've
'cause I've
tried
heard
to
that-
link all that in before, haven't they? But they might try and do that. They're going to try and link all the other games.
Because I know in 10 too, Shinra starts talking about using the energy of the planet,
Yeah, that is.
don't they?
But look,
Yeah.
I don't know. Saying what you were saying about level grinding. The first time I went against Sephiroth, I was level 78. It took me 40 minutes, and then I died. And then I went against him again, still level 78. Took me 45 minutes, and I finally beat him. And that was brilliant.
In all honesty, on my first playthrough, I wasn't even level 50 when I got to save Sephiroth, and he whooped my arse.
He will,
really
and then
badly.
you play the game again. You become a level
But-
99, and you just you waltz through that battle, don't you?
To be fair, I did not have Knights of the Round, and I did not have
Knights of the Round's awesome though.
Yeah, but a lot of people didn't know where it was. They didn't know how to get the gold.
But with and that
Will the Chocobo breeding be back?
Yes,
Yeah,
we want
oh,
it. We
want
we
that.
want to make these inbred creatures. You know.
the only reason it's golden because it slept with its grandmother's sister.
Yeah, it's a lot of inbreeding going on here, but it was brilliant.
Yeah.
So you've got to keep that in, definitely.
Chocobo breeding, promoting incest since 1997.
Look at my gold chocobo. I will call him Joffrey. Joffrey.
Yeah, but to be fair, it's what we've done to animals for years today, though.
Yeah.
Inbreeding. It's how you get Yorkshire Terriers and everything.
Oh yeah. Okay. This is getting a little bit weird.
Yeah.
Yes, let's just change the subject.
Well, we're talking about DLC. Would they bring other characters into it?
They
I
could
hope,
do.
to be honest,
Yeah.
I hope
I don't
not.
know if they're going to try and push As long as they're only downloadable, they're not necessary. If they try and push other characters onto it and put it's going to take away from the original characters. And
I don't think I'd mind as long as they don't go overboard.
Yeah.
Because I've heard a rumour that, you know, because now bloody Lightning's a goddess, that she might actually and she can travel through the realms, might actually appear somewhere in the world.
As a sub-boss. People want to beat her ass.
I'm always on.
Lightning returns. We never knew you fucking disappeared.
Yeah, a game that shouldn't exist.
Someone had a boner on her in the making of that film.
Yeah. It's like
forcing her on us.
Okay, with the summons, would you want them to be able to control them or just be a cinematic?
I wouldn't mind either way, actually.
It would be nice if they kept it as they did, where it was just a single hit, or if you could control them. I don't mind with that.
I don't know.
I think sticking to the original game for nostalgia, but a lot of people are expecting to be able to control them now, I think.
One thing that Square Enix could do with that is in the settings,
yeah,
you could have it set as summons, as cinematic or control.
Yeah.
They could probably give you the option.
So what about Vincent's Limericks? Would you want to be able to control them?
I would, because it got to the point, I've mentioned it before, it got to the point with Vincent where
He just heals stuff.
he heals your enemies.
And during a boss battle, he was useless.
Yeah. Until you got Chaos and he was thinking...
But even Chaos was useless during a boss battle. Because
he wouldn't heal, he wouldn't help everyone else out, so it just got to the point he got you killed because you couldn't control him. And for me it was silly. But also, with Vincent's kind of... once you gave him Quadricut, his limit break became weaker than his normal attack because he's going in, he's doing a couple of attacks and coming back. But with Quadricut, he was doing 4 lots of damage anyway, and so
yeah,
I'd like control over him. But I know that's supposed to be his gimmick, that he is uncontrollable. But it got to the point for many people that couldn't hack it, they ended up scrapping Vincent because he was a liability.
It was a good character to have, but it was useless.
Yeah, his story is brilliant. It's on par with Cloud. Everyone in that game has a brilliant backstory. Yeah. Even Nanaki has a brilliant backstory. The only thing I didn't understand with Nanaki is, oh Nanaki, your father was actually a brave hero. Then why the fuck didn't you tell me all these years? I've been led to think he was a coward. You could have bloody told him that his father was a hero.
Yeah.
But you left him to believe his father was a coward for all these years, and then suddenly, oh yes, he's up there. You know, we could give him something to cure his petrification, but no, I like the fact that he's...
Would Seto become a playable character because they might add an extra item which cures his petrification?
That's it, yeah. Because he's got all those arrows in him. But
I thought his petrification was uncurable, that's why he was left there.
Probably.
Yeah, that is true.
Became a nice lawn ornament, really. But why didn't anyone say to him, Nanaki, your father was a hero, instead of letting him believe he was a coward? I didn't understand that bit.
Yeah.
But everyone had a brilliant backstory. Yuffie had a brilliant backstory. She came from a war-torn country. That's why she wanted materia. She wanted to help out her village because it was in ruin. So she had a brilliant backstory. Barrett had a brilliant backstory.
Yeah. Sid just wanted to go into outer space.
Yeah, he wanted to go.
Bit of a weak backstory, but it was still
Yuffie,
there. It was his passion. It was his lifelong dream.
Speaking of Yuffie,
Katsif is an asshole. Sorry. Speaking of Yuffie, sorry.
Yeah. Would they bring extra materia into the game, like the dark materia from Crisis Core? Would you be able to fuse the materia together?
Yeah, that's it. It's going to mess. It's going to change a lot if they do try and tie these games into it.
Trouble is, they've got to because of the huge materials.
You've got the huge materia and the master materia, which was brilliant. A lot of people didn't realise you could get it because they're silly.
Yeah, but a lot of them, the huge materia, you could get away. And to be fair, when I first played through 7, I didn't know you could choose all your items to get mutated.
It becomes brilliant. It means you've got all of the... It did leave some of them out. I did notice that once you had the master material, it did leave certain ones out.
Only master command.
Was that the only...
Yeah.
I thought there was a couple of others that it missed out.
I know with all, Master Summon you had all the summons. I know with Master Magic.
Master Magic you had up. It was the Master Command it missed a couple of out because I think it did get rid of the slash all or because that was annoying as well.
No, I think it had them in, but with your attack, you had to time it because when slash all, quadricut, slash all, quadricut.
I think when you had slash all on, it wouldn't allow you to use quadricut. So if you only had 3 enemies...
Yeah, but it's making thinking about Master Command. The slot of attack changed to quadricut or slash all, so it kept alternating between that. Here's the thing, because it annoyed me on 7. When your limit break come up, you lost attack.
Yeah, you couldn't use your... It forced you to use your limit break.
Yeah.
So on some of them where you're thinking, no, I know there's a boss coming up, I want to save my limit break, you ended up having to use your magic, and sometimes that character wouldn't have had... They might have been your healer, so yeah.
You could just use them to guard.
Yeah, you could have used them to guard, but then...
But I'd glue them to limit break be a separate slot to attack.
Yeah, where you have to push it to the side.
So like on Final Fantasy VIII, where you could...
Yeah, you could go to your side. You need that because it was a big issue for a lot of people. It did mess it so you couldn't attack normally. You were forced to use your limit break on certain occasions. Not quite as bad as in 9, where you automatically went into trance. It's like, great, the boss is right there, I've used it on a bloody rat. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
Or, on 9, this happens every single time I've played through it. When battling Beatrix in Burmecia and she uses stock break to wipe out your party, Freya always goes into trance. Yeah. Why does she always go into trance there every time?
It's because she's supposed to be so angry about what's happened to her people, it forced her to go into trance straight away.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose.
What the hell is that?
It's them dogs.
Right.
Right. See, there's a lot they could do and there's a lot that they shouldn't do.
There is, but ultimately we're going to have to wait to see what they're going to do with it.
Yeah.
We can only speculate on what they're going to do, but either way, I'm going to buy the game.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, I think everyone's going to.
Well, yeah, they want to get the original voice music director back, don't they?
Yeah, I read something about that on Facebook, although the actual link wouldn't come up on my phone for some bizarre reason. Yeah. So
I think it's a poll at the moment to actually get him back.
It would be good because the music in 7 was great. Maybe not as great as...
So to be fair though...
Nobuo Uematsu was a legend because he's done...
Yeah, he did most of the...
He's done all the other Final Fantasy soundtracks prior to 13.
Yeah, but when I was playing it as a child, I had the volume down because the music got repetitive.
It did after a while. I think you turned it up for certain bits, like when you're in Junior Harbour doing those missions. Like, dun, 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 dun. You got that stuck in your head, you went to sleep singing that.
You got, like you say, the boss musics were good.
Yeah.
So there's so much right with that game that what we're worried about, if they change too many things, it's going to completely cripple the game.
Yeah.
It's going to be a completely different game with the same character names. That's all it's going to be.
Yeah.
If they change too much, it's going to completely ruin the Final Fantasy VII franchise, possibly.
Yeah.
So they've got to keep in every element that you loved from the original 7, but give it greater graphics, give it a voice. I mean, if they try and add stuff, that's fine, but they can't take away from its original essence. They can't do that.
So that's the thing. They can mess about with gameplay, but they can't change the story.
That's it. Everyone loved the story. 7 was groundbreaking.
I preferred 8, but that's just me.
I've read the the director, he's changing the battle style because he stated in an interview he doesn't want 2 games on the PS4 that are the exact same game.
Right, yeah.
Makes sense if
I guess,
you think about it.
It's the battling system was brilliant for 7. They
Yeah,
can't change
you
it
have to
anymore.
you got to keep the battling system great.
It's because it was the combos you could do with everything, and if suddenly people are running
And to
around,
be fair,
you couldn't
that's the
do
thing
it
you
right.
did in the game. You ran around and you went into battle.
Yeah, that's what you did for half the game.
Or you could play with a dolphin.
Oh yeah, are they going to keep that in? Yeah. Yeah. That took.
Yeah.
That took ages when you couldn't get it right. Come here, Mr. Dolphin. No. Yeah. Well, they've got to keep it in.
Are you actually going to actually see Cloud actually land on Ares? Because you never actually see that, do you?
No, you're used to
No,
in a,
because
yeah.
it's a blank screen and it loads up and she's standing over him.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, but that annoyed me with that thing, because that was an iconic scene between Cloud and Ares where he falls through the roof. But then they rehashed it for Crisis Core, and that's how Zack meets Ares.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
annoying.
yeah.
which is strange because Angel,
Genesis.
Zack
Oh, Zack.
falls down at a different area to
Yeah, he
Cloud.
fell in a receptor.
That's it. So it's,
And not only that, it's only been 5 years, right, between Crisis Core and 7, right? What happened to Ares' cart that Zack makes?
That is a good point.
does it? It didn't exist in 7.
Yeah.
They just threw that
Yeah.
in for
Like
Crisis
Ares'
Core.
clock. That never existed.
Yeah, that rumour. Oh, if
Yeah.
you click on Ares' clock, you get a credit card that gives you unlimited money. Where is this clock? You couldn't find that clock.
Yeah, but there's a lot of other rumours, like
Yeah, did you
as you
know what they
treated,
Talk about.
yeah, as you treated Tifa badly, she pushes Ares out the way.
Yeah, Tifa dies instead of Ares. I heard one. Apparently, you could get another character called Holy. You had to go back to where Ares died, and there'd be a character waiting for you. He would have 40,000 life, and he could do something like 20,000 damage. And I followed how the internet said how to do this to the T, and you can't even get back down there after a certain time. You can't get down there to thingy, and it's
Yeah,
just
there's also another rumour I
Yeah, 'cause it
heard.
gets blocked off.
yeah.
Another rumour I've heard. I've never managed to do it. Well, because I couldn't.
Oh, with Great Gospel, because of the extra
Yeah.
slot in Master Materia. Tried to do it, I couldn't get it to work.
Yeah.
Because apparently, well, there is an extra slot at the bottom of Master Materia, and apparently if you get
Ares and you get her to load Great Gospel before she dies and uses it.
yeah
It's supposed to appear in the empty slot.
in the empty slot. I've never managed to get that to work. Maybe there is some truth behind the rumour, but I've never known
that's
anyone
also
to
another
get it
rumour.
either.
Only in the Japanese version this happened. It's
Okay.
after Ares just dies that you're
Yeah.
supposed to go back to the train station in Midgar and you find Ares' mum and get her as a playable character.
Oh, right.
Which is kind of wrong because Mum's dead.
Yeah, that's it.
Her real mum or the step?
The real mum.
Right, okay. Yeah, I've never heard of that.
Oh, they're going to keep it in when you
no.
go back to Ares' church after she dies and you see her walking around.
Yeah,
you
you
see
see the ghost.
You
Yeah.
see a ghost.
Well,
You
it
see all
makes
the
no sense
flashbacks
because
if you do certain things.
You
Yeah.
can actually see that ghost while Ares is still alive.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Ooh.
considered a glitch.
That would be a glitch.
But
Ares
also
after seeing
there's-
your ghost.
There's also like text that come up, isn't there? The writing that come up, speech bubbles that come up when you go through a certain area of Ares speaking as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like that's a glitch as well.
Yeah, because I never get with that with Ares' ghost. In her spirit's supposed to be in the live stream, not in the church.
No, it's true.
Mm.
It's I guess it's just one of those
Yeah,
things.
it's
Maybe she
meant
just
to
came
be
back to
in,
quickly check on the flowers
Yeah.
that you've trampled on.
And then in Advent Children, the place gets flooded.
Yeah, with Mako energy.
Yes, which cures the Mako poisoning.
Yep.
Yeah.
A little bit weird.
The
really.
cure to geostigma.
Yep.
The live stream.
But that fight that Tifa has in that thing where she fails and then the battle the victory music comes on his mobile phone, that was brilliant.
Yeah, I like that.
No,
would you be able to? Would you be able to customise the PHS ringtone so that you could have that as a little gimmick?
It would, yeah, that would be pretty sweet, wouldn't it?
I don't know. No, it's fun to sit here and say, "Oh, what are they going to do? Are they going to change?"
They might
Because
keep everything exactly
to
the
be
same.
fair, I think they're going to target this for a new era of gaming and gamers.
They're gonna, because
Everything needs to be streamlined these days.
it does, but something I've heard is that they are going to put into the game what they originally wanted to be able to put in the game back then, but they didn't have the graphical
technology, yeah.
They didn't have the graphical technology, so we may be in for a completely
New
game, really.
One thing that I've read of on Facebook, a lot of people are asking, would they bring the honeybee into...
Yeah, they are
with the game macho men.
Yeah, the big muscly men.
Oh, the whole hot tub scene with
Yeah.
about 50 people in there.
Yeah, 50
They've got to keep that
burly
in,
men
because-
and
And then you
Cloud
see-
gets wedged in the middle.
Yeah, but this is it. That's the only time you see that version of Cloud, the spirit version of him, telling him that something's wrong.
Yeah, you do see it when in the temple in the ancient when it fingers, and then Sephiroth comes to get the black materia, and he's there going no, get it. But you can see that in the honeybee.
Yeah.
thing, but
Yeah,
a lot of people miss that. As
Yeah,
well.
says, "Oh, why are you doing this for? This isn't right," and whatnot.
Yeah, so
And would they keep it in with the screen flashes white when Cloud's talking about his past?
they've got to. Yeah, they've got to.
Yeah, because
Because
he
it
thinks
kind of
he's
shows you that there is something going on. But
Yeah.
but
See, one thing I'm going to
I'm
love
looking forward to it.
is when Tifa and Cloud go into the live stream and she goes inside his head to put the pieces back together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they've got to keep that in. They've got to keep everything in.
But have you noticed
It's
that they're
gonna be
shortening
interesting.
Zack's hair from 7 in Crisis Core? Because when you first see Zack when he's coming into Nibelheim, he's got very, very long hair.
Yeah, that long hair, isn't it?
Yes and no.
Well, that's down to the pixelated graphics, isn't
It
it?
is. It's what
It's
looked
like
good
in
then
Advent
and
Children,
kinda
they've
looks like now.
shortened Cloud's hair.
Yeah. But Cloud's hairstyle in Advent Children changes a lot.
Yeah, it is shorter in Advent Children, but then
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
a
but
couple
there's
years
one
after.
scene I'm going to love.
What's
In
that?
a hyper-realistic graphic. Cloud going down a Midgard building on the motorbike.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
oh, yeah.
That's what I always saved before that cutscene on a different slot, so I could always watch that cutscene.
Yeah.
It's all these little details that made 7 so great, and they've got to keep this. They've got to keep it in.
Yeah. It's like they've got to keep the world map in. That's one thing
They
I've
have to. It was the freedom to be able to run down.
That's it. The two things that I have to say they've got to keep in: battle system and world map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the if you get rid of the world map, the bloody the vehicles no longer work.
Yeah. I don't want it to be like 10 where you just click where you want to be.
But that's it.
I want the freedom to
in
run
7, you had three forms of transport. You had the airship, you had walking, and you had the submarine.
And you also had the checker back as well.
But that's just walking.
Yeah, it's walking.
Yeah, but you could get on the mountain.
But I will say, the description of the gold chocolate lied to me. You could not go everywhere on that thing.
You
You
can't
can't
go
go-
underwater.
And you can't go in the crater.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I don't think I tried.
But technically speaking, everywhere on the world map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's going to be brilliant.
Could you battle ruby weapon on top of a gold chocolate?
Yeah, I think so.
You can.
Yeah, it does activate the battle and it doesn't register
On the chocobo.
on the chocobo.
Yeah.
It's
funny. That was it. If they change the battling system, enemy material's not going to work. Enemy
Yeah.
How will that work? Because certain things you need to manipulate it in order to get it to use that attack on you.
Yeah,
So-
like White Wind, Big Guard.
Yeah.
Is it
So-
Big Guard or Great Guard?
It's called Big Guard, but I do believe they will change it to Mighty Guard.
Yeah, because
in
it
the
does.
remake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which has just come to my mind. Will they stick to the original names
Oh, the magics?
like Fire 3 and
Yeah.
Fire 2?
Fire.
Or would it be Fire, Firaga?
Yeah.
That's it.
Because
I don't think it really. It
changed
won't
it, didn't
change how the game plays. So
And
how
even
do
if they
that,
brought voices into
not
it,
too bad.
you know, when using magics or summons, would
Yeah.
they shout out, "Come forth Odin, come forth Bahamut"? I'd say when they're casting magic, go fire.
I guess they might.
Or
they
the cast
could
still
do.
do a stupid little lamp and just go like, yeah.
Probably, yeah. Well, they've got to keep the whole victory process.
But I don't care that when they're going to attack, he goes, attack. That sounds stupid. But
Yeah,
for
you
something
wouldn't do
for magic, because how it came up saying the magic's name, would they say magic?
well, they
what
say it.
magic they was using?
Fire. Well, then that's probably where they would say fire and Firagra rather than go fire free. That sounds silly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they
That-
would have to change it to.
It's
Firagra.
like saying, it's like the two forms of Odin. They're going to look fun.
Oh yeah.
Because of the,
Yeah, because
he
he
uses
comes in.
Randazukin and then Lance, won't it?
Yeah, because one
Yeah.
where he comes in and just absolutely kills them, doesn't they?
That's random when he uses that one.
Yeah.
He would never use it on the boss though, will he?
No,
No.
that's where he uses his lance.
But I have had it on some ones where he uses he's on top of the mountain and he chucks up the lance, don't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking of Odin, he was evil in 8. When you finally come something, you're trying to morph something into a card. You finally find the little bugger that you want to turn into a card. Odin appears and kills the damn thing. Yeah,
But what's worse is Gilgamesh.
I guess.
But you've never got that far, have you?
Would Gilgamesh be in Final Fantasy VII
What, as a summon or a character?
or as an optional boss?
Nice. Plus, they can add stuff, so that'd be
They
brilliant if
can
they could.
easily add Gilgamesh because
Well-
Death threw him into the rift, and since then he's been travelling through dimensions.
That's it.
He came into Dissidia by accident.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Well,
He's in,
Square Enix added him in the game as a playable character.
but his story-wise in that game.
Story-wise, he stumbled upon that realm by accident. He got lost in the rift.
Right, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
They might be able to add it, and they might be able to add lightning into it, like I say, because she's a goddess now.
But I don't want lightning in it. I'm
No,
sorry,
it's-
lightning ruins the game.
It's Cloud's game. It's bad.
Yeah, but let's go back to DLC. And saying about optional bosses where they bring Chaos in,
Yeah.
Emperor, the Cloud of Darkness, and whatnot. Would it be cool, fun on my part, with those, is where you get the extra characters, where you could get the Warrior of Light, Onion Knight, Squall,
They
Sedan.
could do. That's it. All in downloadable content. They could do all this.
And that's where you could bring the break HP damage into it.
They
Getting
could-
Cloud, I mean, Tidus or Tidus, depending on how you pronounce the name.
Yeah. Just stick with Orin. We're not. No, because even then they, all the way through the game is Orin and Orin. It's like, well, you just pick how you're going to pronounce it. All the way through the game, they pronounce it
Yeah.
2 different ways.
Okay, right, granted, this is about Final Fantasy VII Remake. Right, so it came out before the announced Final Fantasy VII Remake. Final Fantasy X and X-2 HD collection. There's an audio bit which set after X-2, where it mentions that Sin's come back
Yeah, even though
and
there was
Orange Daughter's turned up
Yeah.
and
Final
Tidus and
Fantasy X-3.
yeah. Was that I'd love them to actually make Final Fantasy X free. But
I'd be happy.
That's going to be another different. That's got to be another video.
Yeah, that's going to be. I think I don't even know how long this one's run on for now.
Oh, I think we've been talking about for about an hour now.
What?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. It
Well,
doesn't feel like
something
that.
that was going to be a 10-minute video. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I suppose shall we sum it up now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some Easter eggs.
Yeah, well, I think we've mentioned that with them linking all of the games in anyway. They probably will do that.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't ruin the original game, it's not bad.
Bad. Yeah.
But
Yeah. What about Angel and Genesis? Would they be bringing them as more involved
yeah,
in the...
they'd have to mention them in because
The Buster Swords history, all them
You put two
flashbacks.
they give the Buster Sword history.
Yeah,
but it's a sword I got rid of as soon as you could.
Yeah, as soon as you found a better sword, you got rid of the Buster Sword. But all the way through Crisis Core, they gave it such a big story. They gave it such a massive meaning. For what?
Yeah.
There was no
It
point
was
to it.
pointless, wasn't it?
But I reckon, to answer your question, I do reckon they probably will try and mention Genesis and Angel to make the other games relevant, because a lot of people said, oh, well, how come in 7 they didn't mention them? It's like, again, they didn't exist
at the time.
They were only brought in for Crisis Core.
Yeah.
But then they took on a fan base,
Yeah.
so this fan base is going to want them in this 7 remake. So they've got to be there. People are going to talk about them.
Yeah.
If they're not in it, I'd actually be very surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be quite disappointed if there wasn't in it either.
Yeah.
Because I quite like Easter eggs and finding or discovering Easter eggs.
Yeah, so they've got to be there.
Yeah.
They have to
So-
be there.
Here's a question for you. Are you buying the PlayStation 4?
Eventually. I will get one for this.
Yeah.
Once they come down in
Reason why
price, I will.
I've got a PS4.
Yeah.
I will be getting a PS4 just so I can buy
No, I got a
the
PS4
second
to get Kingdom Hearts free, to be fair.
Yeah.
And I got a PS4 for that as well. And God.
Yeah, but you didn't know Godzilla was coming out at the time when you got the PS4, did you?
No.
Yeah, I did actually.
Fair enough.
So any more questions with it?
Well, I know we've gone over.
I think we've gone over everything.
There's probably so much. It's
Well-
like it's nearly 1:30 in the morning, so we're a little bit tired.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
they've got to keep the original essence of the game. They can add to it, but they can't take away. That is the main thing that I think everyone wants.
But to be
They
fair,
just want
I would love the
hyper-realistic
game
graphics.
to be in better graphics.
That's all
Yeah.
people wanted, and for people like I said, when we first started playing the game, we were young, so the amount of reading, I think it was because of 7 that I actually started reading. But for a lot of people, the constant reading is a little bit tedious. They want,
But for us dyslexic, yes.
Yeah.
for dyslexic people, it's a completely different
Yes.
game, I suppose.
Oh,
Yeah, so
it's like
we just want hyper-realistic graphics.
I remember.
Watching all the summons coming out and eating the enemy is going to be amazing.
Yeah. It's like so when I was a kid playing it, because I changed the characters' names. So when I was talking to other people about the game, and they'll be saying Cloud, Tifa, it's like, who the fuck are they?
Yeah, that's it. It's I think you always change the names of them.
That's just it.
But it wouldn't bother me if they got rid of that feature.
Yeah, if they got rid of that just so they could talk.
Yeah, it'd be
Won't
awesome.
bother me.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
we're
think
gonna
that's
put
got to
sure
be
that out.
it.
Yeah.
We'll probably come up with if we can think of any more,
We'll put it in the
questions.
descriptions.
or we'll make a follow-up feature. If anyone else has got anything else they wanted to talk about or wanted us to talk about, put
Oh,
it in
just
what we
comments
forgot.
in
Mention
below.
it in the comments below.
I'm sure we'll get a load of people mentioning everything that we've forgotten to mention. So yeah,
Or
just put
correcting us.
in the comments below. We're going to get everyone telling us all the different names of Vincent for his summons. Thanks for that, Robert. Brain fart. I'm going to
Alright
go
then, name all of Cloud's limit breaks.
Braver, Cross Slash,
Clim Hazard,
Clim Hazard,
Blade Beam.
Blade Beam, oh, Miss Blade Beam.
Beam, Meteor Rain,
Finishing Touch.
Finishing Touch, Omni Slash.
And
Alright then.
what about
everyone
Omni
the
Slash
magic?
version 5?
Pardon?
Omni Slash version
Yeah,
5.
but that's not one of his limit breaks in 7, is it? Would
No,
you make
not
that a limit break for him?
Yeah, where he's going.
Yeah, what he
Advent
does in
Children.
Advent
Well,
Children.
And
Because they work back in the
Magics, you say?
Yeah, name all of the magics. In
Fine.
alphabetical order.
And I'll do one bit. I'll name all of Cat Sif's limit breaks. Dice, slot machine.
Actually, you got that wrong.
It's slots. Whatever.
The joke of bloody Final Fantasy. But he was the strongest character if you got the right one because it'd kill your enemy instantly.
And that would work on bosses as well.
Yeah.
It even kills Ruby Weapon and Emerald Weapon instantly.
Kind of takes away the joy from beating them, don't it?
Yes, it does.
Oh, I got it.
I've never had it happen.
No, it takes away from the thingy of beating Ruby and Emerald, so...
Oh, so you're using W item cheat?
Yeah, you're cheating.
Yes.
That's it, I'm not proud of it. I want to be able to beat Ruby without cheating.
Then do it.
Oh well, it's getting the time.
It's hard when you've got children named after Final Fantasy children. Characters, isn't it?
I need dozens of more children so I can have Tidus, Walker, all running around.
You need a really hairy one to call it
Kimari.
It's alright when they start hitting each other with broom handles. Stop sword fighting! Well, that's what you named us for. Don't get smart with me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It was brilliant.
We know you'd be locking you wouldn't be letting Lulu outside, would you? Nobody getting near your door.
So is that it for the 7?
Yeah, we've got to wrap this one up now.
Yeah, I think it has been going on a bit. So thanks for watching us.
Check out our actual channels.
Yeah.
No.
And thanks Stevie for having us on your channel.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Feel free to like and subscribe and check out all the other channels in the description as mentioned below.
And sorry for the length of the video.
Yeah, we did actually mean to
We
make
did
this
kind
only a
of
10-minute
get carried
Do you
video.
want
away.
to put it into parts?
We might do, yeah.
So it's like only like 10-minute sections. So granted, it might be a 10 episode series.
We could, yeah, I suppose, but we'll discuss that later. I don't think they need to know.
Yeah.
So thanks for watching. We've kind of droned on a bit. Let us know what you think, and take care.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks.
Good night or good morning, depending on how you want to take it.
Yeah. Right. Bye.
Yeah.